If I can remember where I left off yesterday. Ah yes, I'm preparing to assault this position here. Getting these tanks into line. These infantry are going to be moving up. So FO has ceased fire, and I'm assaulting forward with this platoon here. Some of these troops are going to be running back that way. And I should get the remainder of... maybe I should let them rest in the trench for now. Since there's still a danger of them being under fire from that gun. That Panzer 1 move up, and that may actually not moving these guys up just yet. I have ordered these vehicle crew to move up, or these Panzer Grenadiers, not vehicle crew, but people currently mounted in vehicles, push forward. Okay, HQ unit does have some line of sight there. So theoretically... Oh, hang on. In some areas it's saying site blocked, in others it is saying area fire. Maybe it'll let me. I'm gonna try it. And if he actually starts lobbing rounds there, then I'll know it's working, and I actually have successfully figured out indirect fire with on-map assets. But other than that, I suppose it's about time to get this next turn going. I'm particularly concerned about this tank, since it's pretty close to where that armored car was when it died. A little bit to the left, and maybe that anti-tank gun is distracted. Infantry. Alright. My troops are getting kind of tired here. Not surprising. Oh! I think we got mortars landing here. Yep. Okay, so yeah, I think I got indirect fire there. More or less figured out. Okay. Yep. Okay. Let's rewind back to the beginning. Watch this advance through the woods. It's gonna take a minute for
Folgt mir, Männer! Angriff! Angriff!
yeah, Angriff. Angriff. Yeah. That weird R sound. The phonemes are always slightly different from language to language. Well, the German R is a little bit more than slightly different from the English R. That sounded faster than they, okay. Huh. This squad has an MG42, despite clearly being a Rifle 41 squad. I'm gonna have to check in the editor to see if there's some way to set what kind of machine guns the squads have, because there should be no MG42s in 1940. Hopefully the practical difference, hopefully that isn't making much difference in the fighting. Okay, that assault still has a little ways to go. I could probably start moving those tanks out of their cover. Okay, anything else? Ah, yes, of course. Yikes. Still getting fire from there. I should move that armored car up a bit. Get those kinds of grenadiers moving up. Alright, anything, any peeps out of... Oh! French infantry popping up here, which is rather alarming since I have an unescorted armored car right here. Alright. Don't think there's anything else to do this turn. We'll push these tanks forward a bit. Let's move close enough to contest the bridge. It'll be another couple of turns until Panzer Grenadiers are in the woods here. Then I'm going to have them push towards these crossroads. I have about another 20 turns to finish the enemy off. There's not so much time that I can take my time, but it does mean I don't have to rush. I'm gonna start moving this squad across. Probably don't want to push the Panzer I across the bridge. Then it'll be flanked by woods, giving infantry possibility of close assaulting it. Oh, yeah, and speaking of which, get you out of your current situation. Go ahead and get me credit for that bridge. Still taking a minute to start moving. There. Dare I occupy the chateau? It will make an easy target for that gun. Man, this squad is under fire from everywhere. Know what I meant? Okay. Anything else I should be doing this turn? think I just need to go ahead and go. Okay. Got some suppressing fire from our tanks. That's gonna help. Yeah, that's gonna help a lot with the infantry assault. Should probably button up. Oh, right, and now that our guys are entering mortar range, yeah, that mortar isn't quite out of ammo, but I definitely want it to cease fire. Or shift fire a little to the right. Possibly use up the remainder of its ammo to keep the enemy suppressed a little bit, keep the enemy under a little bit of pressure, while the rest of my guys maybe catch a little bit of a rest. They are getting tired. Turns out, combat is exhausting. We got guys moving up over here. And there's all that going on. I'll check out in a minute. Infantry moving up. Tanks haven't moved up as much as I would like. Pretty sure I ordered them to move up. Oh, I ordered them to move to contact, which is why they stopped. To give them fast moves next time. Things are getting heated over there. Let's check out the action over here. HQ is moving ahead of his squads, which is really not ideal. Stop! There we go. No! Stop! Stop moving! What are you doing? And why have you stopped? So you're a little tired, but... Ah! Get those guys! Okay, we've lost the platoon HQ. Excellent, these guys have run back and gotten us credit for that flag. And that armored car has rushed forward and gotten us credit for that flag. And this armored car has rushed forward and contested this flag. In terms of ground objectives, we're doing pretty good here. Yeah, this might not even take to the end of the time limit. Oh, who am I kidding? It probably will. Now then, if my guys here aren't actively under fire from the enemy artillery gun, from the enemy field gun... Oh, bugger, do we only have 2 squads here? Isn't quite the numbers I'd like. To actually assault into these woods here. Well, these squads have lost their platoon HQ, and this platoon is running a little short on manpower, so maybe I'll attach these squads to this platoon. Something that is possible in this game engine and isn't possible in the newer game engine. Or at least I assume it's possible. Unattached units do seem to automatically attach themselves to nearby HQs. I haven't tried that with infantry squads yet, but I see no reason why it wouldn't work. Okay, in terms of objective flags, we're actually almost done. I need the crossroads and that bridge there. But in terms of pockets of enemy resistance, there's that group there. There's the machine gun in those woods. There's, it looks like a single group of infantry right there of unknown type. Don't know if they're a squad or probably an infantry squad. Could be an HQ unit. You know, occupying that building overlooking crossroads. And then we're about to finish off these guys, I think. I think there's more troops at this end of the woods, and then there's troops in these woods I haven't finished off yet. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets of resistance that I need to focus on finishing off one by one. Oh, right, and there's also these tanks that have popped up over here, but which don't seem to be pushing in to pose an immediate threat. I should make sure I have eyes looking that way, though, which I do. Come on, wake up, mouse. Mouse is feeling a little sluggish here. Particularly on the vertical. Come on. Trying to drag this thing in circles, it's... Come on, wake up. Yeah. I'm studying to become an IT tech, so I should... I bet there's probably some well-known cause for a symptom like this, losing an axis of control or a sluggish mouse. Maybe some control panel setting or something. Something that I seriously doubt I'm the only person in the world to have this issue. It usually goes away by now. I haven't invested a huge amount of time and effort into trying to fix this because, well, I'm lazy and it's always seemed like more inconvenience to actually figure out how to fix it than to actually put up with it. But maybe I want to go figure that out. Alright, I'm back. You might not even have noticed that I was gone, as I don't even notice. Is there any like blips or jumps on the screen when I pause the recording and unpause it? It might actually look pretty seamless, but my diagnosis is it was simple as a cat hair blocking the laser on the bottom of the mouse, making it difficult for it to see some of the inputs. Hazards of owning cats. Anywho, where was I? Before I switched to computer peripheral troubleshooting. Right, okay, I was identifying pockets of resistance, and on my way to cleaning that one up, on my way to cleaning that one up. I don't have any forces in position to clean that one up right now, and pretty much I can just shoot at and harass that one for the time being. But I'm going to start moving the rest of this platoon across this bridge. And between them And these guys here, we can clean that one up. And then the surviving members of that platoon, combined with these guys over here, can kill those guys. That'll just leave these tanks over here, which hopefully I can ignore if they can manage to not become too much of a nuisance for me. And then it'll be down this one and this one, since I've already got an assault on the way on this group here. Okay, so let's go ahead and end that, bring everyone back to an easier to command and control scale, although somewhat less visually realistic scale. Okay, so I think the plan is I'm going to continue letting the mortar fire until its tubes are dry. These guys are going to sneak into the safety of the woods here, and then I'll keep their heads down while the mortars are firing. And then, situation permitting, I'd like them to be able to rest a little bit. They might not get that opportunity. They'll be advancing under the covering fire of my tanks, which are going to be doing the best they can to help out. Tanks provide a lot of useful firepower, but ultimately when it comes to taking and clearing a position, it's down to the infantry. Okay. Lot still needs to rest. They're a little too tired to conduct any really effective assaults. You assault into the trench. You keep pushing into the trench. You... I might just let you get away. Oh. Oh, okay. They're panicking. Is a little unfortunate. Okay. The anti-tank gun is still active, even though it's getting shot at here. Thinks it's still active anyway. Start running you across. Ah, yes, I do have a plan for dealing with these guys, and it's these guys. Start moving into position. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and occupy this building. thinking is getting a machine gun on this top floor. Though it is in danger of getting shot at by that gun, it will also help suppress and take that gun. Bunker. I didn't see that. No chance of killing it. Okay. Okay, I don't think I have any additional orders at the moment. Lost that platoon HQ is heartbreaking. Let's finish these guys off. You guys gonna assault forward? Come on. Only 3 of them taken. They're not doing much. Okay, there you go. What about you? Kinda need everyone to be moving at once here to maximize massive firepower. Okay. Well, we're making progress there. Oh, we identify mines there? We did. Okay. It's a good thing I didn't drive the Panzer I too far forward. We've also... And just because I want to. This is my game. I'm letting you watch, but I'm playing because I enjoy it. I'm going to play it how I enjoy it. Get down to a more visually representative scale of the actual scale of all this. Okay. Get some of the Panzer II shooting at them next turn. I rested up for you guys after. Okay, you guys were pretty tired out. These Panzer Grenadiers are still moving. How does this assault plan out here? We are managing to suppress these guys reasonably well. The guys are really tired. And just push forward a little. a little bit longer. Alright. The gun is suppressed. That is definitely a 75. 100%. I assume mortar here is probably out of ammo. Oh, no, it's still got 2 HE rounds left. Oh, I was going to shift its fire right to reduce the danger that my troops are in. Because they're kind of danger close here. In fact, more than just kind of danger close. They're really danger close here. But they seem to be fine so far. Okay. Anything else? Oh, I've got credit for that flag. So it's just down to that flag now. As far as actual terrain objectives. Still the same centers of resistance. And any interesting events over here? A little bit of movement on that contact icon, but thankfully, no, nothing too interesting happening over there. Because that Matilda 2 friggin' terrifies me. I got nothing that can kill it. Okay. Anything else I should... Any other centers of action that I should be paying attention to? Any unexpected movement across the map? Okay, there's that squad getting away. Ooh, but possibly not. They're running right into my half-track here. Alright. How you guys doing here? Oh, you're actually less tired after doing sneak, but crawling is exhausting. That doesn't make sense. Okay. You can... rest when the assault is done. Okay. Finish those guys off. Panzer Grenadiers are going to move up through these woods here. We'll have plenty of time to get in a position to finish off those guys. Okay. Alright, that's what was going on with this squad here. Is they do know their orders, but they're feeling pinned. Okay. Get everyone to concentrate down on the trench at ideally the same time. Maybe rotate a little bit more that way. At about 30 seconds in, should give this squad plenty of time to reach its intended position. You guys to start moving across the bridge and into the woods. It should have half the platoon moving and half the platoon shooting at any given time. Still really like you guys to be a bit better rested than you are right now. Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah. Okay. Let's finish these SOBs off. Yep, 75mm field gun. Called it. I mean, it was getting pretty obvious. Good choice. Alright. How much further can we get into this assault here? We are getting shot at by that asshole. It's okay. Now that the gun is out of action, I can feel confident pushing my tank forward a little bit more. And they might okay, that's a machine gun, not an infantry squad. Okay. Push my tanks forward a little bit more and bring that building under fire. Okay, this trench here is almost mine. Now then, other areas of resistance at the moment. Ooh, okay. That gun has taken 2 casualties already. When did they take those casualties? When it's at its proper scale, look how small that gun is. There. There it is. one of the smaller anti-tank guns in the world. In fact, the smallest caliber anti-tank gun that I've ever heard of. Oh, but now there's action over on this front that we want to be looking at. Nice. Panzer IV has a very effective high explosive shell. For the period. Goes par for the course later on. Okay. Panzer Grenadiers have gotten into position. What is left? Am I forgetting anything? Ooh, what has been going on over here? Okay. Let's, well, it's already at half strength. Maybe the half-track can, convince them to surrender. Ooh. They fire from multiple directions. They're taking a casualty there. And they've disappeared. Do they reappear briefly? Oof. I don't think they pose much of a threat anymore. Down to like 2 guys. Oh, bugger. But the Matilda has made a reappearance. Again, my only hope against the Matilda is to just kind of avoid it. Keep my distance and just kind of prevent it from being able to influence the battle too much. Which, since there's only one of it, shouldn't be too hard. It is a fairly slow tank. But actually knocking it out is pretty much out of the question for me. Okay, yeah, I think that's everything I need to observe there. I'm pretty well informed about what has gone down this turn. Should maybe be defaulting on move orders rather than fast orders, considering that, I mean, this is damp terrain, and I am moving those tanks off-road. I want to make some provision to minimize the chance of bogging. Okay, no chance of hitting him yet. Okay, and these guys are finally ready to start moving. This assault is winding down. AT guns out of action. Actually, yeah, that assault has wound down. We still need to reorganize our troops here and let them rest a bit before pushing to the edge of these woods here. We'll start orienting these guys, help finish off that lot. Okay, and these Panzer Grenadiers, I'm going to run just about to the edge of these woods here. I'm not... Yeah, about to the edge, not quite at the edge. And from there, they'll be in a good position to assault that house. Especially once these tanks start putting it under fire. That'll get us the last objective. So then the last thing will be to hold out against these enemy tanks showing up, in particular the Matilda II that we've identified. And keep them from kicking me off the objectives I've taken. Oh, and I also need to figure out how to deal with that machine gun there. A single infantry squad would be enough. I just don't really have an infantry squad in a viable position. Oh yeah, and there's that bunker there. That's an issue. Focus your fire on the bunker. Once these guys have rested and reorganized, I'm sure they'll be able to turn their attention on killing that machine gunner. Yeah, enemy resistance is closing in on cleared out. A lot of German flags here, not many French flags left. Now, did I give everyone orders that I wanted to give orders? I'm not sure there were a lot of orders to give this turn. Of course, want to get that squad dealt with. We are penetrating the bunker. Oh, more infantry over that way. Okay. There may be more enemy troops left than I realized. Heck, where else is there action going on? accomplished the primary objective here of knocking out the field gun. Still need to finish off the trench. Okay. No real surprises. Matilda's starting to move up, which is concerning, but not surprising. I want to try to find a safe spot for the armored car. He's more or less protected from the Matilda by these trees at the moment, but that won't last. I'll let those guys continue moving. Ooh, more reinforcements. Where are they at? Seeing any... Oh. Could it be... Really just an additional platoon here that I'm getting? What can I do with them? Good. Heavy anti-tank rifle. I know there was a 20mm anti-tank rifle, but Germans actually use any of those? One or two of them might have found their way into German service. Anyway, I guess that's why I can't give the platoon as a whole a run order. Or, yes I can, it's just moved down further. Okay, I will give the platoon as a whole a run order. Heavy anti-tank rifle is getting a move order. I don't think there's anywhere we can actually punch through. Not on the front, not on the sides. Actually, don't know about the rear armor. That might be thin enough. If we can get anything around to the rear. But we can knock out the treads, and we can knock out the gun. Put a hole through the gun barrel, that thing's gonna have a hard time being effective. Okay. Anything left of these guys? Well, they may actually be done. Except for that lot. The platoon headquarters still needs to be finished off. Ooh. Lead target over here. Yes. And now. Do use the main gun. Now, I'll let you pick that target out yourself. Go ahead and stop that move order. Yeah, moving forward a little bit further isn't gonna help your field of fire much. You guys keep moving up. Okay. I'm gonna give those guys a few more turns before I give them any orders. Oh, I suppose might as well move this armored car across the river now. Maybe up a little further. Or, you know what? Okay, let's get a movement order past the craters, and then let's do some fast moves. And get them to maybe about there. Okay. Oh. Already eliminated. Right, we have lost track of the Matilda. We have knocked out the bunker. Everything's moving forward still. Okay. And I have credit for that crossroads there. What happened here? Something. Something knocked... Yeah, but what knocked you out? Okay, you penetrated the bunker. You're getting shot at by these two machine guns. Presumably, at some point, someone did some catastrophic damage. Or the crew just got jumpy. Maybe I'll try recrewing the vehicle. No, that really says knocked out, not just abandoned. It says it's knocked out. What knocked it out? What hit it? Oh, and the crew is taking heavy losses. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Oh. More troops there than I thought. One of them have some sort of anti-tank rifle? Yeah, smart move. I should still assault through these woods to make sure they're completely cleared out. Okay, it's a platoon HQ there, and they had the good sense to surrender. Let's get those two squads to assault forward a little bit. Oh, I have been completely forgetting about you. You still have plenty of perfectly good ammo left. I should get you... Let's put you in that building there. It's on a hill. Reasonably raised position. Yeah, that's good observation. Not over the areas I'm immediately pressing towards, but it might turn out to be handy. Now, I don't need to keep anyone there to hold that position. Oh, I do need to let those guys rest up a little bit. But that is not on an occupy objective, so we can start moving out more or less as soon as everyone is ready to. Okay, let's get the next turn going. Yep, he's surrendered.
Compris, sergent.
I think the enemy may be just about done. Keep moving. Just kind of feel like we're getting to a culmination point. Getting a lot more surrenders. Not seeing a lot of points of resistance left. I think it might actually be down to that area right there. That could be all that's left. Well, that and tank. What exactly I'm gonna do about the tanks, I'm not 100% sure. I do have my own tanks. Direct tank-on-tank engagements aren't the best way to deal with enemy tanks. That does invite some tank losses of my own, which I'd rather avoid if possible. Not to mention my tanks don't really have the best odds of winning against a Matilda. But I do outnumber the Matilda. So my odds might not be the worst. I've got 4 Panzer IIIs over there. Discount that Panzer I as far as an anti-tank asset. Panzer IV here, and 4 Panzer IIs. Am I missing anyone? 4 Panzer IIIs, 4 Panzer IIs, and a Panzer IV. Might be able to ding up the Matilda II enough to make it combat ineffective. And who knows, a lucky hit somewhere might actually get through and enter the crew compartment or hit some ammunition or something. Thing is, I want to bring everything I can down on that Matilda all at once, rather than coming in piecemeal. So let's start bringing my Panzer IIs across this bridge here. Start lining them up behind the hill. Oh, that one's gun is damaged, so we can... The Panzer IIs advance ahead. Now, as far as tank killing capability, these armored cars are actually about equivalent to my Panzer IIs, also being equipped with 20mm autocannons. I think the same L-55 20mm autocannons as my Panzer IIs have. But not a lot of decisions to be made here. Let's go ahead and have everyone keep pushing forward. I'll clear out the enemy resistance over there next. And with any luck, the enemy will surrender before I even have to deal with that Matilda. That would be nice. Are you running back? Crawling back? from tanks. The anti-tank assets I have are, well, occasional armored car with a 20mm gun on it, this 20mm flat gun, and this heavy 20mm anti-tank rifle. Did it just start moving? Okay. It's been moving. Those guys... I'm not sure I actually have much need for that additional platoon. I mean, happy to have them. Victory rating is at 84% at the moment. It could start to change once that Matilda starts knocking out my tanks. And really not much left to do. Gotta clear out that pocket of resistance, and weather whatever these guys are about to unleash on me. Oh, someone's still shooting at something. You're shooting. Okay. That squad that got away a while back has been eliminated. King gun is under plenty of fire. As that infantry squad. What have you been up to? Inching forward very slowly. Thank God that's an infantry tank. And being an infantry tank, it is supposed to be going in with infantry. That's why it's so slow, and when deciding on the design trade-offs, I figured, well, this thing's job is to support infantry. It doesn't really need to be able to move faster than the infantry, so let's armor it up without too much regard to weight. That'll slow it down, but again, it doesn't need to be fast. It's why it's so slow and so invincible. Meaning, I may not have to deal with it at all, but if I do have to deal with it, it's going to be a tough nut to crack. I know there'd be more spectacle if I do have to deal with it, but frankly, I am hoping that I don't have to deal with it. Let's bring the Panzer IV up. So, what is the plan? That'll depend very much on what it does. What it does is probably going to result in the destruction of this armored car, which I shall, in an attempt to avoid that, try to hide behind the bunker. I'll end up losing credit for that bridge flag there. Hopefully the Matilda's plan is to cross that bridge and maybe come straight at me from this direction, or maybe... Well, presumably it's either going to go that way or that way. I have tanks over here, and I have tanks over here. If it goes this way, it'll be facing these tanks to the front, so this will be my fixing force, and this will be my flanking force that'll hit it in the side. If it goes this way, this will be my fixing force that'll hit it in the front and keep it fixed in place. And this will be my flanking force, and I'll try to ding it up from the side. In any case, I'm going to have 8 tanks engaging it at more or less the same time, whatever it does. It should possess enough firepower to ding it up sufficiently to make it combat ineffective. But in the meantime, let's, until that Matilda actually commits to something, my only concern is pouring on the fire and advancing towards this clump of trees right here. I have all the terrain objectives. So I got nothing else to worry about. Be nice if you could move a little faster. Alright, I do get the impression it's moving towards the bridge. Ooh, reinforcements. Where they at? Oh, right, with my FO, maybe I could call some artillery down on it. Won't do a tremendous amount of damage, but, unless I get a direct hit, but, okay, that's not going to be enormously useful, but it's cheaper than a Panzer II if I lose it. Suppose the same goes for this thing. And adding my armored cars to the mix would mean a little bit more firepower dinging up that thing, dinging up the Matilda. Yeah, basically, my plan for dealing with Matilda is to just just hit it with as many BBs as possible and hope one of them dings something important. Oh, bugger. Right instinct to try to get the armored car out of there. I may have been maybe a little slow. Yeah, definitely a little slow in deciding to move my armored car. In fairness, I didn't think it would take more than a turn for it to get out of that general area. Oh. Well, that's not ideal if it, I do not want the engagement ranges to be up that early. Okay. We're seeing and shooting it first is something. That means I need to start lining these tanks up along this point. And here we go. Hold down order. And then the Panzer IV. I'm gonna put you. There. That gun is moving. It'll take a minute before it reaches its position, though. I have lost 3 armored cars in this battle. 2 of them very recently, back to back. It's a little discouraging. Okay. Yeah, you know, it's possible maybe I could have started moving these infantry that turn. Yeah, that might have been enough. More reinforcements. Anything significant AT capability? Maybe. Yeah. Anything anywhere else in the field? No, that's where my reinforcements are. what do we got here? One 37mm anti-tank gun. Okay. It is still a BB compared to the Matilda 2, but it is about the best that is available at this point in time. You moved down that way. Ah! There we go. These captured Italian Armado M13/40s, which are roughly equivalent in capabilities to French AMC 35. So pretend this is an AMC 35. They've got, you know, both have 47mm L32 guns. Their mobility is pretty similar. Their armor is pretty similar. They are overall probably pretty good stand-ins for each other. Obviously, there would not be any Italian tanks in Allied service present in France at this point in time. If you don't mind... Okay. Excellent, more reinforcements. Okay. rotate because, well, a lot of tanks in this period have side armor that is as strong as their front armor. The Panzer IV is not one of them. Okay, that is... Yeah, okay. Oh, they surrendered. Okay. Almost disappointing, because I was looking forward to getting to take out one of these tanks here. Outright, they've been abandoned because the enemy forces here surrendered. So they count as knocked out anyway. But, again, the armor of these tanks, pretty similar to a French AMC-35. My Panzer II shells were breaking up against their armor, not being able to penetrate. Would have liked to get a shot off from the Panzer IV here to see if that was able to get through. I think, where's the range on that? No way of checking now that the battle's over. But, yeah, I think Panzer IV is probably capable of knocking one of those out at this range. This is what the distance actually looks like. They really disappear there with that green color scheme. Anywho, yeah, that is a total victory. The enemy has wisely decided to surrender to me. Total casualties. I took 63 casualties. Inflicted 103 casualties on the enemy. KIA, I took 18 killed, they took 32 killed. I captured 53 of them. Destroyed 1 mortar, 3 guns, 1 pillbox, and 3 enemy tanks. All of the tank kills are, just abandoned crew surrendered at the end of the battle. Didn't actually knock out any tanks, but they still are 3 tanks that are no longer on the enemy rosters. Had the battle lasted a few more turns, I have no doubt I would have finished off these guys here. They did already take some casualties. And I finished with... oh, how many turns did I have left? That's been nulled out now that the battle's over. But I'm sure I can check when I rewatch some of the footage. That was a fun, interesting battle. Definitely, as the description said, balance is very heavily in favor of the Germans, so if you care at all about balance, then you might want to play as the French. But, yeah, still got a little bit more Battle of France left. There's a fair amount of fighting in June 1940. Operation Fall Gelb is over. The British have evacuated at Dunkirk, but the French are going to continue putting up a fight for a few more weeks before they finally surrender. And then it'll be moving on to North Africa, and I'll be uninstalling these beautiful Western Europe mods. But I won't have to be paying so much scrutiny to is each tank variant really supposed to be in this particular operation, because we'll be within the intended time frame of Combat Mission Afrika Corps. We're running into some anachronisms here because the current fighting is outside of the intended time frame of the game. But overall, I think the fighting here is probably reasonably representative of what the fighting in France would have been like. The French... My impression is that the French army really was effective on the tactical scale, as their weaknesses were strategic and operational. But zoom in on the tactical level, effective as anyone else. But I guess that's all I got. See you next time.